right, here we go. Welcome to the May 12th meeting of the City of Davenport Zoning Board of Adjustment. The Zoning Board of Adjustment holds public hearings to consider the strict application of zoning ordinance for hardship variances, special uses, and appeals. I'm Dan Darling, Chairman of the Davenport Zoning Board of Adjustment. Members present today are, from your left to right, Jim Reichshofer, Bridget Boyd Carlson, Vice Chair, myself, Tom Quinn, and Angela Bach. Staff present today are Laura Berkeley, Scott Coops, and our esteemed attorney, Mallory Bagby. Yes. You can be esteemed next time. If you have a mobile device, please turn it off as it may interfere with the room's electronics. As we conduct our business, we expect that everyone will conduct themselves in a respectful, courteous, and civil manner, and will speak only after being recognized by the chair. The only exception to that standard is that the staff is expected to interject when necessary to ensure we are properly conducting our business. If anyone wishes to speak on a particular agenda item, you'll be provided an opportunity to do so. When recognized by me, please step to the podium, introduce yourself, and provide your input. By practice, each person is only permitted one opportunity to speak, with the exception to that practice, is at my discretion. Of course, if a board member asks a question of anyone, they'll be permitted to speak to answer that question, but I'll ask that you keep your response limited to the specific question. First on the item is the minutes from last meeting. Any correction to the minutes from April 28th? Seeing none, may I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And the motion passes. We don't have any old business. Our first item then on the agenda is under new business. The new business is for request HB 22-03 of Adam Goldberg on behalf of Amazon Inc. at 2022 Research Parkway for a hardship variance for a second freestanding sign and two directional signs exceeding size limitations as required by section 17.12.050.c.9 and 17.12.060.d of the municipal code, which limits the site to one freestanding sign and directional signs to 4 square feet, 5 feet tall. Directional signs are 3 foot taller and 2 and 18 square feet over the allowed size restrictions. And this is in Ward 8. So is the applicant present? Thank you. May I have the staff report?
Scott Copes, Community Planning and Development with DNS. On the second slide here, it kind of gives you just the general location of where Amazon is at. If you know where the soccer fields are at, or the new Sterilite, they're just south of Sterilite, north of 80, west of Division. Just for your edification, I threw in the elevations there for the building. And the next slide here has the two directional signs. So they're both 8 foot tall. One is 20 square feet and one is 6 square feet. The next slide has the freestanding signs. Both of these signs meet size requirements. It's just one of them is an extra sign. We only allow one freestanding sign. The next page has the site plan, and it kind of shows you in those two circles down at the bottom where the new extension of Research Parkway is going. That's where the freestanding signs are going to go. Also adjacent to each of them is one of the directional signs. This kind of just shows you the distance between the two proposed signs. It's 886 feet from one freestanding sign to the other freestanding monument sign. They are also meeting requirements for setbacks. So there's a couple of site concerns with this location. Trucks must access the correct Amazon driveway when they're there. Inadequate signage would lead to trucks entering the property at the car or associate entry, causing significant safety concerns. Trucks turning onto the wrong access drive would have to navigate through parking lot drive aisles designed for cars and not trucks. Navigating vehicle parking areas with a full semi-truck would cause safety issues and potentially cause property damage. Because of the aforementioned concerns, it's vital to have clear signage on the Research Parkway directing each vehicle type. We did not receive any comments for or against. And the findings. Item number 1, application of the ordinance creating a hardship has been established. Item number 2, physical surroundings imposing hardship has been established. Item number 3, unique circumstance has been established. And item number 4, protection of essential character has been established. Staff's recommendation, staff's findings support approval of the requested hardship variance.
All right, thanks, Scott. Are there any questions of the board for staff? All right. Applicants, please come up to the podium and present your request.
Thank you. Thank you, board, for meeting this afternoon. So my name is Adam Goldberg with Seafried Industrial Properties. We are Amazon's agent on this project and acting as a development manager as well. So I'm here to ask for a few signage variances that we feel are a hardship because of the safety concerns. I believe the ordinance allows for a sign per road frontage, which would be great on Division Street, except we don't have an entrance or exit on Division Street, purposely designed to keep trucks and cars and that volume of trucks and cars away from the soccer fields. So we've ended up with, the new road, Research Parkway, with those 3 roundabouts, the third one connecting to Division, and you go back, yeah. So they're almost 900 feet apart. The one on the left, A, is the associate parking. B is for the trucks. We do our best on these projects around the country to try and separate those 2 vehicle types just because it can get unsafe. As you can see, there's a couple of connections for cars to the truck drive, and that's really just in the event of, let's say, an issue or an accident at the main entrance and we had to get cars out the parking lot still. We give ourselves a backup, but that's typically not the most common way for the cars to go out. And then all the trucks need to go in through that entrance on the right B. And they go up on the east side of the building, past the picture here, and then into the truck court, which is on the north side. Up there on the north side. So all the trailer storage and truck parking and docks are on the north side. So we're just in a situation where we'd like to add a second sign to make sure it's as clear as possible, at least in written form, to separate cars and trucks. It's that simple. And we don't feel like we're loading up the street with signage because they're 900 feet apart. And honestly, there's really nothing else in that stretch of, it's pushing almost half a mile of road frontage there. So we just feel like the safety concerns are important and we'd like to add a second sign. The directional signs are just simply just to make sure the text is legible for truck drivers and to raise them up 3 extra feet. So if you're sitting in a cab, you could actually have some better visual sight lines to those signs versus something that's 5 feet, which is more for pedestrians and cars.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the board?
I guess I have a question for staff. Scott, on these signs, well, I'll first ask you a question. Is about 95% of your traffic going into the property semis?
No, actually, these facilities, I know they're huge, so it seems like a typical warehouse is very truck heavy.
Right.
I can't tell you looking at this with all those trailer storage spots that there's not going to be that many trucks. There is, but this is actually more, the traffic on these buildings is heavy on the associates. There's 2 shifts a day, 10 hours basically. So in the morning, pre-normal rush hour times, like 6 in the morning, I think is when the shift starts. And then there's an overlap in the middle of the day where they do a staggered shift change so that spaces can free up while other associates are coming in. And then at the end of the day, in the evening is when they leave. So that's there's lots of movements during those 3 times during the day. The trucks come rolling in during the day, but it's not a normal distribution center where they're filling up trucks with pallets and delivering them to, let's say, regional stores. This is fulfilling the orders that you would see coming to your house in the boxes or those paper envelopes and just getting loaded up into trailers and then going to delivery stations, whether that's post office, FedEx, UPS, or Amazon themselves. The point being, the trucks are just sort of throughout the day. It's not like in the morning there's 300 trucks hitting the road and then 300 trucks coming back at the end of the day. It's kind of just trucks rolling in with new products, trucks rolling out with completed packages. So it's an ongoing daily thing, but cars is really the bigger driver of our traffic on these projects.
Okay. This Scott first. Scott, are you concerned about these signs where the trucks might come in and knock these signs off? Will they have guards or some kind of a safety post so they don't knock down these signs?
Yeah, the driveways will have curbs, so
Okay.
that'll keep the trucks on the road. They also will be far enough back for safety purposes. I'm not
I
concerned
would
with
also
it.
say you don't want to make your signs rigid. You would prefer them to run them over than to cause the damage to the vehicle.
Okay.
Well, so the directional signs that would just be on a normal post, just the regular kind of post with the regular metal sign, if those get hit, obviously we'd want them to get knocked down. These big monument signs, if they get hit, then it's going to cause damage to both the truck and the sign. But those signs, if you look, are pretty far back from the street there. I don't know what the exact dimension is. I didn't anticipate that question, but that's probably 50 feet back at least. So the truck would have to really make an effort to come around that roundabout and just hop the curb and continue going. So, I can't stop people from doing that kind of stuff. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
I have one.
Okay.
Scott, what's that line that's like above the roundabouts? Below the G, there's like a straight line that goes through the, oh, sorry.
That's the right-of-way line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I get it.
we're demonstrating that to show that the signs are going to be.
Inside there.
Yeah, on their property. Thank you.
Anybody else? Excellent. All right, thank you. So the next 2 questions might answer themselves, but does anyone in the audience wish to speak in favor of the request? Does anyone in the audience wish to speak opposed to the request? Applicant, final comments?
Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Board discussion? Anybody? Yeah. And I think the staff will lay out their analysis of the request and their findings are to grant it. So with that, back to the top, I would ask for a motion to approve HV 22-03 of Adam Goldberg on behalf of Amazon Inc. In regards to the hardship variances for their signage.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Rice-Straufer,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Quinn,
Yes.
Leibach,
Yes.
and Darland.
Yes. All right, with no other business, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We stand adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
You've gotten all the way here for that.